back again to another lesson for the radio short course, Boston Media House. Myself, Chris Jordan, your lecturer on the radio short course, and we are rounding up Unit 5 in Lesson 2, where we are now going to be talking about your radio demo. This is quite a short lesson, but really just take my advice, take my tips in. Please note that also at this very point, we're looking at someone that has been on air already for a number of maybe years, 2 or 3 years, whether you are at commercial, whether you are at community, whether you are PBS or on campus or online or whatever it is, and you are busy now pulling in the best parts of what showcases your talent to be able to send that demo out to different stations, maybe obviously post it online with your entire social presence, as well with all the other media that you've created and in your entire portfolio. But this is genuinely, this 3 to 4 minute / maybe sometimes 5 to 6 minutes / sometimes a 2-minute demo might be the reason why you get the golden opportunity to jump into your dream job at a commercial international station. Doesn't really matter, right? Okay, so I'm not going to waste any time. I want to get into the tips. I've got a number of demos, and I've obviously also made different demos over the years to obviously reflect my work that I've been doing at different stations, or maybe it's different growths. But specifically, I've created different demos, like I've just mentioned, in terms of length, in terms of maybe the type of demo. So, for example, maybe it's a collaborative demo. So, in other words, a co-hosted demo. One is maybe it's a single host demo. The other one might be a contributor demo. The other one might be an entertainment news reporter demo. The other one might be a news demo. It doesn't really matter, right? But what I've done is I love my demos because they obviously reflect the very, very, very best parts of my talent, my skill, my personality, and my work, right? And I make sure that I have a database of that. When you do get to, let's say, my point, when you've got, let's say, 20 odd experience, when you do get to, let's say, my point in my career where you've got 20 plus years of experience on I've got varied stations, varied platforms, like I say, varied type of stations as well. I have what is called a showcase, right, which lasts for about 16 minutes. And a showcase is acceptable by veterans, I would say, within an industry. The showcase will then go and showcase like you at doing from everything to anything with a massive range of variety, and your skill set with links that are included within the demo that are a bit longer, some punchier, some, I don't know, whatever it may be. But you are allowed to only do a showcase once you have had a lot of experience, and so it is tolerated by the program or station manager that you're sending your demo to. Initially, let me walk back right to the beginning here. You want to be able to say what you need to say within 4 to 5 minutes. Now, what does a demo sound like? Well, I mean, you're going to be taking clips. So what I recommend that you do when you go on air, you get a job at a community station, and every single station has to archive recordings of all their shows. Why is this necessary? Let's go back to Lesson 1 at the BCCSA. When the BCCSA has a complaint against you, they will pull up through their archive. Well, you'll pull up through your archive that you have to listen to that complaint in specific. You will also have to send it to them as well, and they will have to listen to it as well. I'm saying, so for that is one of the primary reasons we have it. Archives is also really good just for us to have when we are finding stuff for our radio awards, or something as frivolous as the radio awards as well. So from one extent to the other, the station will have its archive of something, I think, to about 2 to 3 years, maybe sometimes even 5 years. They'll have an archive of all the shows that are recorded to air, obviously compressed very, 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 very into very small files, and then just archived somewhere and saved somewhere. Right, okay. So what happens is that you can pull those shows, and what you do is that you will, whenever you come across something that's really like a great moment, we want only great moments on your demo or in your demo, right? You're going to just cut the top and tail of it, of the entire link, you save it like to a folder, and then you leave it there, right? As you go along your life cycle, through your journey as a presenter at that station or whatever it is, right, you'll also bank these things. What do we put on a demo? Well, I mean, we want to be able to showcase different types of mechanics that you are able to execute, right? So for example, what have we said to you? Like, for example, the call out, right? How do you construct a call out? How interesting is your obviously your content piece itself? How do you interact with a listener? So putting a listener on air, having a conversation with them, like responding to, let's say, voice notes. How do you run an interview, like maybe putting in an interview, maybe doing street vox, like as a once-off feature. We might include parts of a podcast in there as well, or a live YouTube stream. We might take the audio from there and plug it in there as well, right? So the thing is that you would want to include, again, different aspects that showcase your dominance, right, over a certain skill set that is listed as mandatory to being a great broadcaster or presenter. You're going to say to me, but these links are like 3 to 4 to 5 minutes long. Interviews might be on total together, if we put them together, like 10 minutes long. Well, you are going to have to cut and edit through, again, practice, and this is not part of the course to show you how to edit, but that you can do as added value learning, or you can just enroll for a sound engineering course here at Boston Media House to learn how to edit, right? But the point is that you will have to go and extract the best parts of those links and make them sound as though there's fluidity within each segment that you include to have, let's say, if you're going to do, let's say, a 4-minute demo, you should have about, let's say, 3 to 5 links in there, right? So three to 5 different segments in there. Please make sure that it is you. You should start off the demo with something that gains their attention, but like really gains their attention. It's normally a very personality-driven, all of them are personality-driven, but one that is like, this is like who you are, right? Like who you are. And it's striking, and it gets their attention. Because this is how program managers actually listen to demos. So let's say you've got a 4-minute demo, they will play it, they'll listen to it for 30 seconds first. Within the first 30 seconds, if they are bored, they will switch it off, right? In this case, where it's obviously digital, it'll be sent through via mail, through the HR department, whatever it may be, right? Okay, and then they will literally delete your mail and make sure that they never listen to a demo from you again. How do they never listen to a demo from you again? They'll remember your name, trust me, because you'll have made a bad impression, right? The other thing is that if you make a good impression, right, they will bank that into, like, there's a very small amount of demos that they will bank and archive. They might not have a position for you right now, but they will have a position. They do plan then on incorporating you into their business strategy at some point in the near future, or they could be looking for someone right now. There could be a space open. I mean, right now there's, I just saw that Kakasi FM is doing one of the very generic kind of promotions that all stations have done. I think last year, what do we have? We had Good Hope doing it as well. It goes around the country, right? Where they will now run both an online and an on-air promotion, where you will first have to audition for them, like in a 1 or 2 minute Instagram reel, right? So now they're going to make it digital. You talk to them. You have to you have to introduce yourself, say what's really cool about you, but that is also, an audition is also, like that little kind of snippet audition is also, in a word, a demo, but not to this extent just yet, right? It will get to a point where, if they are going to, in these competitions, right, they'll put you through little tests and trials, and they'll make sure that it will flash you, whatever it is. But they will, if you are a radio professional in whatever capacity, they will ask for your demo itself, and you will have to submit like something of your work so that they actually can say, well, we want to keep you on, you can be part of our show. But be aware of those kind of outside live promotions. It's a great way to kind of get your foot in the door. Anyway, but yeah, make sure that we go back to this demo, that everything is you, but that first part is striking, the way that you get their attention. And so it could either be a statement that you make within a link, in a certain link. It could be interactive with an interview or a guest, or it could be like a joke with a good punchline, whatever it is. Nothing must be premeditated or pre-recorded. In other words, a scripted demo we don't care for. What it doesn't make any sense to have someone do a scripted demo. They practice it over and over and over and over and over to make it sound perfect, and then submit that, because that is not who. That's obviously not your capabilities. You don't know how to work, obviously, the medium. You don't know, like, it reflects nothing. You basically just were an actor on that. So it must come from already executed medium, right, or media. So again, you can pull audio from anything that you do on social media, podcasting, again, or on your show, right? Cool. Let's go through some of the other tips. Please do not include generic stuff. So don't waste that time. That time is very precious. Don't do a little generic teaser, and don't back announce a song. And don't waste your time about talking about a certain artist and then getting into a link. Like it's silly to listen to, and also do not put music in, right? So that particular artist spent a lot of money producing that song. It's their work. It adds no value to your actual not your podcast, your demo itself, right? And so you do not include music. You just include those different segments in a nice fluid way, right? That can just keep their attention past that 30 seconds, and you're good to go. Please don't do any weather, any traffic reports. It's very generic. We don't care about them. It's very boring to listen to as well, and it shows that you don't know or understand anything about what the radio industry expects of you within the concept of showcasing your talent itself, right? So there are, I'm not going to go through every single point here, because it is basically what I'm saying verbatim here, so you can have a read through them as well. But here are some points I do want to actually go to. So there's a demo checklist, right? So have your best work at the start, which I've mentioned before. You want to actually start with that best work, keep their attention. So let's say we have let's say we want to include 4 links, right? You go from the strongest link here to the third strongest link here, to the second strongest link in your third, I'm saying is your third piece, to your, like I say, your fourth strongest link as the fourth element. So why I say this is because we have their attention. They're great. They're loving it, right? It goes, it flows down for, like I say, the third strongest link here in the second segment, but then catches their attention once again in the third segment, second best link, right? And so we want to keep them listening. Guess what? Longer time spent listening, right? Okay. Don't start the demo with a jingle. Make sure that the first thing that they hear is you. Don't have too many other voices on your demo. You know what? If you include co-hosts, like they are going to, you never know. You could be including putting this demo together. It's got a co-host, and you're letting them do the talking, whatever it is, and that program manager thinks that this co-host is better than you. They will give a job. They'll do it, make a little bit of an effort. It's not that difficult. You're not in a spy in disguise, right? They'll find that co-host and they'll give that person the job. Make sure that the demo features you. you alone, right? Okay. All right. And when I say alone, interview guests, obviously, listeners, obviously, etc. You get what I'm saying, right? Okay. So again, music is a no, right? Okay. But the music, because the music is always going to be, like I say, produced better, because millions are spent on like I say, like a Post Malone song. So if you include that, it's always going to win. It's always going to do better than you. Don't put music in. Make sure that the sound quality is excellent. Not okay or good, but excellent. Okay. Do create your demo in the style of the station that you are sending it to. Please be careful of that. Some stations request you to even do sometimes a pre-recorded audition for what you might sound like on the station. So they'll say, give me one that you say it is for SAFM or YFM or Ukozi, whatever it is. They will say that to you over and above once they've listened to, for example, your initial demo. But your demo must be a reflection of your skill and talent on the stations that you come from. Please be careful about that. Okay. Again, aim for 5 to 7 links on a 4-minute demo. I even said to you 3 to 5 links there. It's cool, right? Okay. 7 links, I think, is going to give you. You can do it. You can do it, but it's you got to have a lot of practice in making those demos sound really tight. So when I said to you, I put together a 2-minute demo. It was so this was the whole thing of. I just want to kind of like. Just hold on a second. So I want to just kind of like have a bit of a memory blast. So this was really cool at one time. Didn't get the job though, but I was very flattered by, and my confidence just went through the roof, right? I did this video on YouTube, like 4 views or something like that. Like I cared, whatever it was, right? And I got a mail from the BBC, right? The BBC saying that we have watched this video of you. They put the link there and whatever it is, and they said, will you please send us a demo and your CV and stuff for this position, because we think that you might be a good candidate. 4 views, right? Okay, say 4 views on that. Why I say this is that they said to me, please send us a 2-minute demo. And I was like, damn, what do you put in a 2-minute demo? And I found numerous things they were maybe about 7 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, right? 10 seconds to maybe then an average of maybe 25, then afterwards back and forth, right? Of zingers. I'm saying zingers. What I was doing is like you would hear just punchlines, or there would be statements, or there would be this one back and forth, an interaction with a listener or an interview or whatever it may be, and I got it done, and it sounded great. I didn't get the job, but okay, the cool thing was that that I learned something new by doing a 2-minute demo, and that it is very possible to include even up to 7 links within even a 2-minute demo, right? Okay. Show personality and relatability, please, in your demo, but also show that you can do the basics, the job, right? So in other words, be able to present, be able to, again, understand the different fundamentals of radio and be able to do them in a great way. All right, okay, so we said where the traffic is a big no-no. Show that you can sell on your demo. Commercial radio loves it when you do, let's say you are going to include a promotion or a competition. It must be the winning moment. It must be the winning moment. So the way that you executed the competition, it was great. There was maybe like someone on the phone on the other side, you lined them up correctly. It was this great winning moment, a magic moment, and you want to put that on your demo, because it also shows the way that you connect with the listener, how you set them up, how you use that, and you premeditated and articulated a structure and a game plan, for how to make that come alive. All right, cool. All right. And then send. Right, okay. So please, also approaching program managers is a delicate process, because here in South Africa, we do not have a lot of program managers, station managers that like to answer emails at all or acknowledge emails at all. So I would always recommend go through the HR way. You can also, there are some stations, so you should try both ways. You must try everything, right? If you want to get something done, try everything. You can phone and ask the receptionist or their secretary, their personal secretary, like, what is the best way? How can I send a demo through? I've been working at whatever. What is the right process? Respect the process, right? Don't just assume. Now I'm going to mail the station manager. I found this mail like on a website or the government department or whatever it is, which the emails are actually there, by the way. And the thing is that you're going to now rudely assume that you can directly just send them an email or whatever it may be, right? Like preempt that approach so that you do have also etiquette and business and professional etiquette when you do this entire process to have a better chance. Okay, so let's look at some advice from BBC presenters. They say before you start, think who's your audience, right? What is the time slot? Perhaps maybe they, like I say, within countries like the UK, in America, and again Australia. So the three leaders, they will dictate to you what type of demos. This comes as just an alternative way of looking at demos, and they will say to you, like, you have to give me a demo that is for a night slot or a weekend slot or a collab slot or a breakfast slot or whatever it is, right? Okay. Will your show be music-based or speech-based, so talk or music, right? What music would you play that would represent your style? None, right? Unless you're doing a specialty show that includes your own live mixing. That'd be cool, but that would obviously those mixes would be alive and I'm saying to you accessible on a different platform as well. Okay, if your show is more speech-based and music-based, what are you talking about? Like, are you talking about stuff that is riveting, so captivating, or is it just plain boring, right? Garbage, okay. Okay, guests, phone-ins, features. Remember, it is your show, so the style has to be completely your own. There are some quotes there. So there's a presenter, or there was a few years ago, I'm not sure if she's still there. So Aisha from BBC One Extra said, making yourself stand out is really important. Keep it short, get your message across as fast as you can. You need to grab people in the first few minutes of your demo, seconds, right? Listen to what's out there and what works, and work out where you fit in, which is really great advice as well. Okay, so you can go have a look at Namone's and Mark Powlett's as well. So you can go have a look at mine. I've put there's all my links to different types of demos. I said there's a 6-minute 34-second collab demo. There's a production demo that's again nominated for a radio award when I produced for Stacey Norman, and then I've got my showcase in there, which you can go check out on my site as well, and then the 2-minute demo that I did explain to you before. There is recommended reading over there, and the unit assessment for this is, please, you will need to plan, record, and publish a podcast on a topic of your choice. Be brave, be bold, and break a new boundary, right? Don't be afraid. Just do it, man. Like it's not television with rules. It's not radio with rules. It's not print with rules. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. If it's explicit, just go for it, right? Just make sure that there's no, obviously, like child trafficking encouragements, no like hate speech, no, like child porn, that type of stuff. Anyway, right? Nothing like that. Obviously, I mean, they'll just jail you. They'll just come for you. Anyway, but you are allowed to be explicit as well if you feel the need to be. But do what you are passionate about, right? And the podcasting space has room for virtually any great idea. Keep that in mind, and we'll close up this entire course in the next lesson.